Well, it's great to be back here at West Point High School. It brings a lot of great memories back. A little over 14 years ago, I walked up and observed our school, which had been burned to the ground on Labor Day of 1996. The only thing that was left was an ark that was right here over the school. But I witnessed a miracle that occurred when a community, a school came together and rebuilt West Point. And that would never have occurred without a lot of personal sacrifice that not only occurred within our school and community, but also outside of community. A lot of people made sacrifices for that miracle to happen. We face another crisis of such in education, a financial crisis, and it's only going to be solved through a lot more personal sacrifice. It gives me great pleasure today to introduce my former pastor and good friend, Mac Buttram.
Thank you. I'm grateful for Billy Coleman for being here today. As he mentioned, 14 years ago, this school burned, and when I got up that morning and saw what was happening, I drove out, being Billy's pastor, and stood with him as satellite trucks and different folks from TV stations interviewed him, heard him talking about the strength of this community and this school, and never heard a moment of we're not going to get something done, things are going to come together and we're going to fix all this. And a couple of years later, it did. It's back here and we're now. That's one of the reasons I chose to be here this morning, to make an announcement. I believe it's a time when many Alabamians are struggling to make ends meet, and we know that our education budget is shrinking. Our community, and especially community leaders, need to come together and step up and make sacrifices so that we can become stronger. Ironically, when I was with Billy on that day when the school was burning, I reflected back to a couple of weeks before when they had a pray for the school night here at West Point. Around 600 people gathered in the gymnasium and heard teachers from each grade level talk about their faith and how they wanted to lead their students during that year. That day when I stood out here, I reflected back on that day when we had gathered around 600 of us, had joined hands and encircled this school and prayed a prayer in unison that Billy had written. I thought, we prayed and this happened, and often I have reflected on that and thought what prayer meant. Did it mean the school did not burn? No, it didn't mean that. What it meant was that this school was prepared in every way to deal with the crisis that came, and we've got to be that way in Alabama today. What I want to announce today is I'm joining with other Republicans in Alabama by initiating a plan in Coleman County to prorate my salary based on the amount that the Education Trust Fund has been prorated, and donate a portion of that salary to the Teachers in Need Fund. In any given year, I will donate a minimum of 5% of my legislative salary throughout my 4-year term. The sole purpose of this fund will be to assist Coleman County and Coleman City teachers in purchasing the classroom supplies that they so desperately need. I don't believe teachers should have to pay for the supplies they need. They shouldn't have to pay for this out of their own pockets. And I believe that it's vital that our community support these teachers so that they have all the tools necessary to educate our children. Our teachers are entrusted with educating the building blocks of Coleman County's future. And by providing quality education, teachers are giving our children an opportunity for success. If we don't look out for the needs of our children, then we're neglecting our most valuable resource, and that's our children. Teachers each and every day are equipping our children to be the future of our community, to be the workforce in our area, and they will lead us in economic development and ultimately more jobs. Now, there are a lot of other needs all around our county and all around our communities, but I believe that we must start with ensuring that the community rallies around our children and that we do everything we can to ensure their success, because as the next generation, they're the future of our communities. We know it's time to move Alabama forward. It's time to move Coleman County forward and create more jobs for our citizens. And I believe jobs are our #1 priority, but it starts in the classroom, and we must ensure that teachers have every tool they need. our future, our children's future, and the future of our state are certainly worth that sacrifice. Thank you, and may God bless you.